Hello, nice to see you. My name is Tanis. We may have met before, but if not, my name's Tanis. I'm a knitter and multi-crafter really, but today's all about knitting, and I'm based in the UK, down in the south, just north of Portsmouth. So here we are again. I have got 69 subscribers now. I'm pretty chuffed with that. I know that's not the big numbers of most podcasters, but that's big for me. Right then, the most obvious thing is I've finished things. I finished two things. Quite unusual. This is the vintage pattern. Obviously you can see sleeveless jumper. I've been knitting in a sort of drops colour polycotton. What's it called? It's called drops. Is it air? No, it's not air, is it? Bear with while I dig out the yarn. Obviously, being me, I bought too much yarn because better safe than sorry and all that. But now I have an awkward amount left over. I've got 2 full balls and a bit more left over. It's called Drops. Oh, Cotton Light Unicolor. And I use the colour, colour 28. Oh, I really find those colour numbers boring. As you can see, it's mustard. So this is, as I say, a vintage pattern. I'm going to guess late 50s, early 60s. I've made this pattern is unusual in that you can make it in double knit, 3-ply or 4-ply, and for vintage patterns this counts as size inclusive. It goes from a 32 to a 40-inch bust. Now a lot of vintage patterns are one size only and you're just expected to work out how to adapt them yourself. I can't be bothered, so this was quite good for me. Yeah, as I say, I've already made this one in green in merino wool. This is, as I say, the Drops Cotton Light, which I thought when I bought it was 100% cotton, but it isn't. It's polycotton, 50-50. So that's a little bit disappointing, but you know, I've got what I've got. So this is not for me. This is for my Etsy shop. I've got an Etsy shop. It's going to go in there at some point, probably today. It's my shop's really aimed at people that like vintage style, obviously. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I'm not massively keen on knitting with cotton. I find it quite hard on the hands. I've been using a lot of hand cream, but I still feel like I've got kind of really dry around the yarn holding fingers. So I'm glad to get it done. I've got this yarn I bought stupidly in about 4 or 5 colours so that I can make one in each size if need be, but I can't say I'm in a rush to use that yarn again once that's used up. And yeah, my fault for being an idiot and not reading it properly when I bought it. But I'm glad to have it finished. I think it's really lovely. I love this sort of like high, you can see better on the picture actually because we're at a bit of a funny angle here. I like the high neck of it, and I love that they've styled it by putting a little brooch on. I love these little cap sleeves, which don't show to their full advantage on my stand. But it's so easy to knit. It's such a simple pattern. It's a bit like a cathedral stitch really. And the front and the back are exactly the same. So even if you drop your dinner all down the front, stain it horrendously, turn it around, you've got the same top. Yeah, mega chuffed with that. I finished something else. I'm not going to go through any of my whips today, by the way, because they're the same whips you've seen before, and there's no great progress on them because I've been concentrating on getting that done and other shenanigans. But I finally finished my Samphire socks. Oh, they are smashing. I've tried them on. They feel delicious. I love this yarn. This yarn is, unfortunately, I'm just gonna pause you for a minute. Well, will I pause you or not? I was gonna switch the big light off because the sun briefly came out, but now it looks like it's going again. What shall I do? Right, is that any better? Probably not. That colour looks more accurate though. Anyway, here are my Samphire socks, which is patterned by Helen Stewart, otherwise known as Curious Handmade. I chose the wrong yarn for this one too. Can you see a theme? This is yarn by I Knit London. Shop no longer exists, and Gerard is no longer dyeing, which is a shame because this is lovely. It's lovely and soft. It is a superwash. It doesn't feel like it. I really thought that I'd really convinced myself that I was knitting with non-superwash wool and I'd chosen completely the wrong yarn. Then I checked the label and we're tickety boo. So, normal heel flap and gusset, malarkey. These are the socks, by the way, that I'd originally knitted them when I was still in love with short row heels, and now I'm back on heel flap and gusset. So I knit one that was a short row heel, and then when I knit the other one, because they've been on the needles literally for a couple of years, maybe 3 years anyway, and then when I knit the other one I just automatically did the heel flap and gusset. So then I had odd socks, so I had to pull back the short row heel sock and re-knit it, which is partly why it's taken me so long. But this one is on the sock blocker in the usual style. This one I've put on the wonk so that you can see the stitch pattern better, although you can't see it brilliantly well because I've chosen such a busy yarn. Oh, it's such a shame because it's got this lovely twisty turny pattern. Oh, it's so pretty. If you could see it in real life, it's absolutely lovely. And there's mid-toe, so you can see the way the yarn behaves by itself. On the back of the leg, you've got a twisted rib, smashing. I find Helen Stewart's quite fond of a twisted rib, isn't she? So am I. Down to her, I am. And that's what it would look like if you knit this yarn in just plain in the round, which makes me think a little bit of lily ponds, that kind of thing. Really pretty. And I've got tons of it left. These use something like 54 grams of 100 grams skein, so absolutely buckets of it left. So I could do shorty socks with it, or I might do a little scarflet thing. Might do, but maybe not for a while because I had enough of that now. Oh, I can't wear those socks today. Oh, they don't go with what I'm wearing. Anyway, I'm looking forward to wearing these socks, especially like it's taken me so long to get them done. I'll show you the label for the yarn. Oh, I've got something stuck to my nose. That's probably a bit of toast. She's charming. So yeah, this was I knit or dye yarn, which was the name of the yarn dyeing that Gerard used to do at I Knit London. It's called Howlin. And yeah, it is 100% superwash merino, but it really doesn't feel like it. Golly, that was only £14 back in the day. Oh, I wish Gerard would start dyeing again, but never mind. Never mind. And I knit this, by the way, on straight needles, on the actual vintage sizes, not a conversion. These are size 10 needles, which are used for the rib and such like. And I find you get less droop with straight needles. Now, I know a lot of people don't like them, but I do. I'm kind of almost, apart from things that you're knitting around, I mean, I know a lot of all modern patterns really are knitting around, but things like scarves and shawls and stuff, I think I'm going to just swap back over to using straights because I just enjoy them. I've got a book that I read, I'll show you in a bit. Well, I'm still reading, just started it, it's really good. But what I really want to talk to you about today is the Unravel festival that I went to last weekend. Well, that weekend, I went on the Friday. So if you don't know it, this is the Unravel, what does that say, Unravel? Oh, I've got that wrong way around, that's why, spanner. Unravel Festival yarn at the Farnham Maltings, which is in Surrey, which is not too far on the train from here, probably about, all told, with mucking about and stuff, I was probably an hour and a half maybe door to door. So it's big, it's in this lovely sort of old building. Bear with me if you know it well. But look, this is like the floor plan, and it's in loads of different rooms on different floors and levels. I mean, there are lifts and things, and there's a cafe and there's workshops and all that. The workshops are fiercely expensive, I find. I mean, when you think at the Southern Wool Show, they have a great selection of workshops out, which I think are better, and they're like anywhere between 15 and 35. The fine and maltings at Unravel workshops start at £55, and that does include your, you know, £13 entrance, and that's a lot in itself. 1 day entrance to Unravel, £13 plus £2 booking fee. Adds up, chaps, it adds up. But it's my local one, and it is really nice once you get there, but it is spendy. And apparently, I have only just heard about this, apparently Unravel is really bad for shoplifting. I'm really shocked by that. I'm so shocked. I just don't really think of knitters, especially knitters that buy indie hand-dyed yarn, as being shoplifters. But I suppose, you know, people are dishonest everywhere. Every walk of life there are dishonest people. But I'm really shocked by that, because when you bear in mind as well, nearly every stall there is a one-man business, or, you know, one-woman business, and they have someone helping them out on the stall, obviously, but generally these people are putting the hours in on their own. It makes me quite annoyed. Anyway, I wonder if it's because Unravel is expensive. Maybe people feel like they're owed somehow. You're not. You're just scummy. Right, on to the positivity. The first thing I bought, Zooniverse Designs, who I've bought earrings from before when they've been at the Petersfield Farmers Market, or no, the summer market, spring summer market, something like that. So I bought some lovely lightning strike earrings from her ages ago, and I bought just this one progress keeper, little ghosty, little acrylic ghosty. That was nice. I think that was £4 maybe, somewhere around that sort of area. Then I bought from Lilliput White, who's a woman who's on the Isle of Wight, who makes these lovely cord bowls. I've bought this one's like a, you know, a keeper for little stitch markers and needles and things. I haven't got anything that I can show you to stick that to. No, these earrings won't work. Never mind. You can put pins and needles and things on there. That's a little magnetic covered button. It's very pretty. I just like little trinket dishes and things. So that'd be handy when I'm sewing. And I think that was maybe £12. But I've got like a proper big yarn bowl that's got like driftwood. So it's got like handles, rope handles on the side with a bit of driftwood that goes through it. She also makes most amazing like stitch markers, progress keepers and all that sort of stuff out of sea glass. Very nice. And we kind of think of her as being local, because Hampshire, the Isle of Wight's class as being part of Hampshire in a way, I think. Kind of. Although there's the Solent separates us. Oh, I love this. Oh, this was special. I walked around and had a look at everything, and then came back and bought things. And to be honest, I'm not sure that's always a good idea, because people were selling out, man. People were selling out quickly. This was from the Pigeon's Nest. Now, Lord knows I do not need another project bag, but this one is so nice. It says, my hands have never been idle. It's a zip top, which is also not my usual choice, but I loved it. And mine was the last one, and it was the display one. And she was contemplating driving home like an hour's drive away after the show to make more bags, because they've been selling so well. But you should check her out online, the Pigeon's Nest. Many a fine thing she has. I think she does a lot of crochet stuff. She does a lot of crochet kits and what have you, but also little ephemera things like this. Look, I love a pencil. This one says, shush, I'm counting. It's a lovely bright neon. Do you like a neon? Oh, this bag is just full of like really lovely things. Now, I have no idea where I'm going to put this, but I really liked it and I wanted it. It's an iron-on patch that says, just let us stay at home, the Antisocial Craft Club. That's totally me. All I really want to do is stay at home with my cat and craft. And then I bought this. Now, I don't know about you, I am not a huge crocheter, but I have been admiring those hexy cardigans that everyone was making from afar for a long time, and I keep thinking I should make one of those, and then I never get around to it. But she's called Rebecca Lismer of the Pigeon's Nest. She had this amazing items from this pattern can be sold for profit. Blimey. Well, you don't see that very often, do you? Blimey O'Reilly, I'm quite impressed with that. Right, so I'm not showing you any of the inside bits too much, but there she is. She was manning the stand. She was absolutely smashing. Lovely person. And I would have liked to have bought everything on her stand, really. Anyway, I bought this pattern for a crochet cardigan. So as you can see, it's granny squares, and you can make it just to fit yourself. There are fits. I've not read the pattern properly, so you basically measure yourself, and then I think, and you just use a 4mm crochet hook. I think you can make them in pretty much any size yarn, as long as the squares are the right size. So yeah, you just make granny squares, and then she shows you how to join them all together and how to make them into the cardigan and how to add cuffs and all that malarkey. And it's a really lovely thing. I can't wait to get started on that. I've got so much scrap yarn. Oh, I think that's going to be smashing. Anyway, it looks like a really easy pattern. It's granny squares, and really anyone can do a granny square, can't they? Even this idiot. Now, what else have I got in here? Oh, one last thing. Well, one last collection of things. Do you know, have you ever been to the Ethel and Joan stand? I think she travels widely. Oh, this is very fine. Now, some things in here that I didn't buy from her. Hang on, let me just remove those. Where did that come from? Oh, yeah. Now, she had this deal on her stand where for £50 you got a project bag, needle stoppers and stitch markers or progress keepers. I saw the needle stoppers, really wanted them, and then I saw some progress keepers, really wanted them, and then I thought, well, I might as well just go for the bag, eh? And she has the most amazing bags. She makes them, they're not like bought in and then she paints them. These, she makes the whole thing with pockets. It's got pockets in, which honestly, I'm not that bothered by pockets, but it's a nice touch. And then she's got a ring in there, like an opening ring that you can obviously dingle dangle stuff off. Drawstring, my favourite. But look at this that she's hand painted in neon. Oh, it's like the most perfect sunset, isn't it? You know, like when the sunset's reflecting off the clouds and it just looks super dreamy. Oh, I love it. On this side you can see the stitching for the pockets, so you can get an idea of how many pockets are there. And there's that little bit there. Anyway, box bottom obs. Just a really lovely thing. My needle stoppers, I've got the strawberry and lemon. I was tempted to get the two lemons because they're so cute. Oh, is it lovely? She had so many of these and so many different designs. Absolutely gorgeous. And here are my progress keepers, and they come on like a little really nice, like you could use, she attached them in the bag for me onto that ring, but you could attach them to anything with that. That's a really handy thing actually, isn't it, that little ring thing? Anyway, I got them because of this one, which looks just like my cat. Oh, that's so like my little Lulu. My Lulu's got a little black nose as well, but Lulu's got a little black chin as well, but she doesn't have pink beans, she's got black beans. But yeah, lots of like catty friends and stuff. And she said she gets her daughters to choose the combination of cats to put on the to put together on the thing. Get quite a few. 5 on the thing. It's generous, isn't it? Anyway, I loved that. Oh, she was so nice as well. I could have bought all of them. And in that, I am going to make... What have I done with the pattern, Tanis? What have you done with it? There it is. It's in there. I went to the Crafty Bird, who you all know for her amazing pom-poms. Can't show you much of this because this pattern doesn't have... Oh, actually, there's a good picture. This lovely herringbone stitch hat. Oh, she had one on the stand and it was the most gorgeous thing. Really lovely. And I mean, Lord knows, I don't need a hat. I don't need a suit hats. But I'm going to make that. And she had a deal as well. I can't remember how much it was. You bought the pattern. I bought the pattern, but if you got the hat, yarn and a bobble, there was some kind of deal. I can't remember how much it was. But I bought this beautiful olive green big fluffy pom-pom. Oh, it's nearly as big as my head. I love that colour. And I bought this yarn. It's the Crafty Bird's Winnie the Pooh colour in Piglet. Oh, look how lovely it is. There you go. There's all the details on the back. The DK, like I said, that's not focusing brilliantly well, is it? Focus, you. That's better. Cozy DK, 100% superwash merino, 225 meters. Yeah, her company is the craftybird.co.uk if you want to find her, and she's at the Crafty Bird 22 on the socials. But look at all those lovely greens and blues, and I mean, it's just my perfect colours. So I'm really happy with that. So I'm thinking, yeah, look, lovely. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? With your pom-pom. Oh, that'll work beautifully, I think. Anyway, so that lives in that bag because I'm going to cast that on and do that all in one go. And then I didn't think I had the right needles for it, so I bought those from Knitting for Fun, who are always excellent, aren't they? So I got some 16-inch 4.5s and 16-inch 6mm, which I'll consider bigger than what I usually use. So that was all super smashing lovely great. Oh my god, who said that? Wasn't that Awful Man, was it? I forget I said that. Yeah, all beautiful stuff. And then I popped into the works and bought these 2 keychains because I've got one of those walking yarn servers, and it just doesn't twiddle properly. It's a lovely thing, but the yarn ends up winding round on itself because it needs another way of twisting when you're using it, because the yarn I find is too heavy on the pole to move. Anyway, I thought I'd have a go at adding another connection, and I bought this tape measure because I'm addicted to tape measures. Always buy a tape measure when I see them. Oh, that's not what this is. Yeah, this one's got a little arm strap. Why you would want to walk around with your tape measure on a strap, I don't know, but there we are. There are no cute tape measures at Unravel. I was quite miffed. I was really looking forward to buying some tape measures, but there were not a one to be had. So that's it really for knitting. I'm not going to show you any whips today. We're whip cracking away from here. Yeah, just because I think it'd be really boring, because I'm not making anything you haven't seen umpteen times before. Last thing to show you, I won't show you the other one. I'm reading the 5 about the women that were murdered by Jack the Ripper. Were they all murdered by him? We don't know. But I'm also reading, I've just started today, Everything is Beautiful by Eleanor, which I thought was a book that might have gone under the radar a bit. It's really good. I've just started it. and it's about a woman who she thinks she's a hoarder basically, but she's a hoarder through trauma. I expect most hoarders are, aren't they? Maybe. She had a bad relationship breakdown, where I think it's nothing really obvious yet in it, but it seems to be that her best friend since childhood and her boyfriend of 10 years went off together and left her. They'd all been living in the same house. She'd been renting a room to her best friend, and it seems they had an affair and run off into the sunset together. And it's been 11 years, and in those 11 years she's been like hoarding things that remind her of happier times. Now her house is literally overflowing with it, but she's got a busybody neighbour, and now another busybody neighbour has moved in on the other side, so she's a bit stressed, and they're trying to kind of interfere a bit with her life. And I think they're going to help her sort things out and get her to a better place, because she's very isolated and stuff. But it's just, at the moment she's just really stressed because she just wants to be left alone. But she does know that some of that stuff could go, but she gets really upset at the thought of letting anything go. It's just really sad. But also, I don't know, that I found it strangely cheerful as well as I'm reading it. I can't explain that. I am enjoying it very much. So I have nothing useful to say to you now. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And I hope you all have a smashing weekend. And I hope to see you again soon. You take care. Ciao.